Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's officially September, so it's time to review the August budget. So if you've been following my journey, you know that August was a pretty expensive month as far as my rental property goes, and that kind of wiped out my emergency fund. So that was, I guess, really the only big thing that happened in the month of August. Everything else was pretty status quo, except my spending a little bit, only because I had a vacation in the month of August and it had been quite some time and I really treated myself. But I don't know, that's okay with me because I only get 2 weeks of vacation a year, so you gotta kind of live it up while you can, right? So without any more babbling, let's just get into the budget, and I'm gonna turn the screen on here because I like having the dual recording. So here we go. August budget. Of course, I always start with income at the top. And at this time, my only income is from my W-2 job. And as you guys know, the amount that I will make every month with working just straight 40 hours a week without any shift differential or overtime is $53.60. And for the month of August, I actually made $56.19, so a little bit better than minimum. All right, expenses, which, as you guys know, if you've been following along, these always look pretty much the same. All right, so the first and foremost, my biggest expense is rent. And as you guys know, I'm renting this basement / garage, whatever you want to call it, apartment for $1,000 a month. And that is $1,000 flat. That includes all my utilities and everything, so it keeps my actual number of monthly bills low, which is why I've stayed here this long. But I am looking at moving in the future, hopefully sooner rather than later, just because it is really loud down here. But that's another topic for another day. My next category was my student loans. As you guys probably are aware, those are on forbearance until now the end of January. So my normal monthly payment is $705.69, but I did not pay anything towards them since I am waiting until the payments actually start due to make a lump sum payment. My gym membership's $22.99. It's exactly what I paid. Beautiful Netflix, $17.99. That's exactly what I paid. My phone bill, Sprint, yes, T-Mobile, whatever, doesn't matter. $60 a month flat rates, that's what I paid. Here's where things deviate a little bit. So my groceries and food, I normally budget $300. Like I said, I had a vacation and I really treated myself, which I feel zero guilt about whatsoever, but I did spend quite a bit. I spent overall $624.43. I did go out to eat several times and out for drinks and enjoyed myself, so whatever. Next category, gas and car wash. My budget $60. I did go over just because for my vacation I went up to Maine and saw my parents, and I think I went up to Maine one other weekend this month as well, so I did more driving than I normally do, and that's okay. Oh my god, my handwriting is sloppy today. Chiropractor, I normally see my chiro 4 times a month, so every week, and it's $40 a pop. So I always budget $160, but I only got to see him twice this month, so I spent $80. And y'all know my monthly massage, my one self-care item, $75 a month. That's exactly what I spent. Pet supplies. So normally I budget $25 a month for pet supplies. This month I definitely went over. I spent $89.96 because I bought them a new window seat since I had a shitty one before that never stayed up on the window. So now I bought a much better one, and I also bought a fountain for my kitten because he is always playing in the sink and loves the water. And so those were a little bit pricey, but nothing crazy. And then the next category is shopping. So this is any personal spending I want to do other than one of these other categories. I did pretty good this month, $124.39, and that was like a haircut and some things on a couple shirts. The next category, gosh, I've been sucking at these last two. So I always have investing and donating. My gosh, whoops, oh my gosh, slow down, Charlie. Once again, I did not invest anything. Did not donate. I always forget to donate. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm trying to be a better person. It's not going well. One day. Okay. Here's where the random things that come up go down in the old other category. So some other items I had this month were expenses for my expenses for my rental property, and then a vet visit. And I did not budget for either of those, but start with the vet visit. I spent $47. Penelope had her yearly rabies booster, so that wasn't too bad. Rental property. If you guys have been following my story, you know this is where shit kind of hit the fan this month. $11,422. Yep. So that was for the removal of the shitty tenant that was in there and changing the locks, repairing all the damage he did, including a stolen AC unit and etc., broken windows, trash removal, whatever. I've already covered that in a previous video that I will link up here. But that was kind of the grand total of that, $11,422. And there went my emergency fund. That's okay. We'll move on to the debt category. As you guys know, I only have my student loans left, all federal student loans with Fed loan servicing, and my lovely balance of $185,900.22, which has been my balance for a couple of years now. Oy, and I have paid nothing on that balance for many, many moons, but we are saving up for those on the side, and so far got a total of $8,700 saved, $1,400 of which was saved in August. So if you subtract the $8,700 from the $185,000, that leaves $177,200.22 to go. Not bad, not bad. Right, okay. Sinking funds. Yeah, this isn't pretty anymore. Okay, emergency fund, Roth IRA for 2021, and then my car, vet, and medical fund. So my goal for these guys, my emergency fund goal, as you all know, $10,000. The Roth IRA goal is always $6,000, which is the maximum you can contribute every year. And then I wanted $2,000 in a car, vet, and medical fund. Wow, with the spelling today. So after the rental property situation, both my emergency fund and the car, vet, medical fund got pretty wiped out, so we'll call that at zero. All I have left in my emergency fund, $362.55. So we were there, and now we're not there. We were there for a minute. Were we there in July? Yeah, we had that in July. We do not have that anymore. We had that for 1 month. Stephanie, honey, no. Okay. So we are now down $9,637.45. which stinks. And of course, now we're back to needing $2,000 for the car, vet, and medical fund. And then of course, in the middle, I did not contribute anything to my Roth IRA during September, so I still have, August, wow. August, so I still have just the $785 contributed for the year, leaving $5,215 to go. And I just realized I didn't do my over-unders here, but whatever. That one's, wrong color. Gas or food and groceries were $324.43 over. Gas and car wash, $14.18 over. Chiropractor is $80 under. Pet supplies, $64.96 over. Oh well. Shopping, that was pretty good. $175.61 under, I think. I'm doing this math on the fly. Math is not my strongest, so if that's wrong, please don't come at me. That's not terrible, I guess. Pretty evened out. Whatever. Who cares? I do, I guess. Whatever. Oh yeah, so I had an August money goal of contributing $1,500 to student loans for the month. And obviously, as we've already covered, I only did $1,400, so that did not happen. Did not meet my goal for August, but that's okay. Why does the cat have to play with everything when I'm trying to film? Wow, that seems uneventful, but it wasn't, just because of that rental property situation. But I guess overall, day to day was pretty uneventful. I don't know. Let's shut that off. So obviously, financially, not the best place to be in now that my emergency fund is pretty well gone. And I have mentioned in a previous video, but I still got kind of questions about it, is why am I still focusing on student loans if I don't have an emergency fund? And my thought process on that is, since I am saving up for my student loans until the end of January, and I'm not paying on them until the forbearance is over, just in case, you never know, whatever. But because I'm not paying on them until then, the student loan savings is essentially just cash sitting in my bank account that could be used to cover an emergency if something does happen between now and the end of January. So I'm not worried about focusing on the emergency fund at this minute. I will, I'm sure, come closer to the end of the year. But for now, my hard goal is $30,000 to the student loans for 2021. So that is what I'm going to keep going after at this time. So if anyone's wondering, obviously I don't feel comfortable not having an emergency fund. That's not a fun place to be in. And it's weird saying that just because I've never really had an emergency fund until the last couple of years. So it's funny that I'm now feeling like I really need one. Of course I need one. I think everyone should have one, no matter the size, really. But I don't know. I'm okay with it for now because I do have the student loan savings sitting there ready in my bank account if I needed it. So it's not a big deal for me. So again, I will switch focus back to that, of course, later this year, and that'll probably be my top priority out of the gate for 2022. So we'll see. I've also mentioned before that October is, I'm just gonna move that little guy out of the way there. October is going to be a really big month for me financially, as well as September should be pretty decent as well. And that is because, as I have mentioned before, with my job for the month of October, I will be on 12-hour night shifts in a 4 nights on, 1 night off, 4 nights on, 1 night off kind of schedule. And also for like a week or two at the end of September, leading into October, and possibly some overtime in a similar schedule creeping into November. And that's just because something we do at work every 18 months, that is the staffing that's required. So that will be a lot of overtime and a lot of shift differential, since I'm just be on straight night shift for at minimum the month of October. So I know I have this $30,000 goal for student loans, and I'm only at $8,700, but I will be making up a lot of ground in the month of September and October and November. And I also know I'm working Christmas, as I have another shift rotation in December. So there will be more overtime and shift differential in December. So December will be a strong month as well. So I have a really good feeling that I'll be able to catch up and hit $30,000, probably no problem. So I'm very excited about that. And another thing, I normally mention my September money, my next month's money goals at the end of my budget reviews, but I realized I've been doing these budget reviews but never actually sharing my budget at the beginning of the month, or even making one personally. I just kind of like been winging it based on last month's, and like it's just been kind of like, oh, these amounts or these budget goals I have for the month on each of these categories has just been like a general what I've used going forward for the last several months. So for September, I'm actually going to make a budget probably tomorrow. Now that it's September 3rd already, but probably tomorrow I will make out an actual budget for the month of September and post it hopefully next week. I know it'll be a little late, but just because I didn't preemptively do this in August, so my apologies for that. But I will do that going forward, just because it's like, what's the point of having a budget review if I never even said what my budget was? So it's been kind of silly, but I will do that going forward. And like I said, that should be posted next week, I think. Yeah, I think I'll do that next week, or certainly the week after, since we'll be halfway through September at that point. But anyway, I'll be better at it going forward. But anyway, so that's it for August. I don't foresee any more rental property disasters at this point. I mean, it's all ready to rent as of last Friday. Yeah, a week ago today. I'm filming this on Friday. I know it'll be live on Saturday, but it was like all the maintenance and all the repairs and everything they had to do to get it fixed up and ready and to go for the next tenant was completed at the end of last week. So that's exciting. I haven't heard officially, but I assume they're starting the process of like posting the rental and starting to look at applicants. So hopefully that's the case. But that's all I have for today. I've been rambling and I apologize. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, bless your heart. I appreciate you guys following my journey. That means a lot to me. And hopefully these budget videos are some bit of inspiration for other people, as they always are for me. So that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a great holiday weekend.